Hello everyone, Jerry here. Most of y'all know me as J. Dot. I'm here to do a quick walkthrough. If you're having app problems due to an update, I'm going to show you how you can revert any iOS app to any version through iTunes. You'll need to download something called CharlesProxy.com. You can see it right here. It's CharlesProxy.com. CharlesProxy.com. We'll need iTunes and CharlesProxy to make this work. Today I'm going to be doing the Vision app. As I've heard a lot of problems since updates to the Vision app right here. So I already have it on iTunes. So if it's already on iTunes, you can check your information here. Get info. This should bring up a screen. I'll show you which version it is. Right now we are 1.0.56, which is the newest version of the app at the moment. And I don't think they're doing any more upgrades. So we can cancel out of here. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead, if you don't have the app, go ahead and download it all the way. Once it's there, you're going to want to right click and delete it. We want to get rid of it. So delete it here. We will go ahead and delete app, send it to recycling bin, get rid of it. Okay, we no longer have it. So our next step is to go to the iTunes store and go ahead and search that same app. So in this case, we're going to be searching the Vision. So here's Vision. So when it comes up, you're going to want to get to the download screen. So you're going to want to choose the app that you want. In this case, the Vision, obviously. So this is the screen that we're going to want, the download screen. If this is already on iTunes, obviously it's not going to let you download. It's going to say get, so you will have to delete that first for this to work. Once you're on this screen here, you'll want to come down and open CharlesProxy. So we'll double click there, get CharlesProxy open, and then you want to set it up window beside window, because we're going to be working back and forth through CharlesProxy and through iTunes. So once this opens up, you'll see it come up right here. And being a 30-day trial version, there is some delays in it sometimes. Because of that, if you purchase the full software, you won't have that. But see if we can get her to load here. I don't know what's taking so long. There she goes. So you'll see the delay in the corner for the trial version right here. 10-second delay. So once that counts down, this is going to open up in a window beside here. If not, set yours up to do that, so that way you can jump back and forth pretty easily. Okay. Okay, so here's my window. So this is CharlesProxy, and I'm going to go ahead and drag this up. If it's going to let me, come on. There we go. Drag it up here. Okay. So, now that CharlesProxy is up, we're going to want to come over to iTunes, and we're going to go ahead and download the DJI Vision app. And you're going to see a little emblem up here in the corner up here, right here, showing that it's downloading. So once it starts downloading, go ahead and highlight it, hit delete to stop the download, hit delete another time to get rid of it. We got the information we need, so we don't need to download this app at this moment. So we'll jump over here to CharlesProxy, and what we're going to look for is this line here that I'm going to highlight. Buy iTunes.apple. That's the one we want. So we're going to right click this, we're going to come down here and we're going to enable SSL proxy. We're going to click this to enable that. Now you don't have to do this, but I always like to go ahead and right click it again just to make sure it is enabled. See, now it's offering us disable, so we are enabled, we're good to go, so just get out of that. Now what we're going to want to do is come back over here to iTunes. We're going to refresh this download, so click the artwork to refresh. Now go ahead and download a second time. So we're going to download, you're going to see our symbol over here. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to open this up, we're going to go ahead and highlight this, stop the download by hitting delete. Once stopped, hit delete a second time to get rid of it. Now you're going to see over here in CharlesProxy we have a brand new buy iTunes.apple. So we no longer need that one. We're going to be using this one now. So you're going to come over here and enlarge. Make sure all of these are enlarged. What we want is this here, buy product. So what we're going to want to do is first we need to find the XML file that has the version numbers in it. So we are going to highlight this. We're going to come over here and we're going to click this button here, response, right here. So hit response. It's going to come up with an XML file. In order to view this correctly, we're going to need to send it to desktop as an XML file, or an XML file, I'm sorry. So go back here to buy products. We're going to right click. This time we're going to choose export right here. Okay, we're going to export this to desktop. So you can name it anything you want. So I'm just going to name it Vision because that's what I'm working on. So I'm going to type in Vision. So, oops, I put two eyes. Okay, Vision, and then you want to save this as an XML file. So you're going to drop this down. I always save mine as a summary XML because it works for me. I don't think it really matters as a sessions or a summary, but I go ahead and save mine as a summary file, and then go ahead and save that to desktop. You don't want to save it to some file somewhere because then you got to dig for it. So we want it on desktop. So we will drop CharlesProxy. There's our save Vision. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this down here so I can use it. Okay, just dump it right there. Go ahead and move CharlesProxy back to the top. Okay. Alright, now what we're going to want to do is we've saved this. So we're going to want to right click on this. We're going to want to choose Open With. And then we're going to want to choose WordPad. Now you're going to see this file open up. And we're going to scroll down to find version numbers. So it's about below half point, more towards the bottom. So you just keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. You're going to see a band of numbers. Keep going, keep going. There they are. Okay, this group of numbers here is what we're looking for. And you'll know it because it'll say software version external identifiers here in between the key points. So the top number here, this 157700051, that's the oldest version. That's the very first version of the app. And then of course every update since. So each of these numbers represents a newer version or a newer update of that app. Of course the bottom one being the newest, the 8157355194. That's the one we have or had on iTunes before we deleted it. So this top number is the one we want. So we're going to want to write this down. This 157700051, because that is the oldest version of the app. So you write that down somewhere, and then you can go ahead and close out the editor. So now that we have the number that we need, let me move this a little bit here. Okay, now we have the number that we need. We can go back over here. We're going to right click buy product again. This time we're going to choose edit because we now have that number, so we need to edit that number. So we're going to choose edit. Okay, you're going to see this little thing pop open with another delay. Okay, then over here we're going to choose text. Once text comes up, you're going to see that newest version. Remember that 8157355194 right there between the string signs? That's the newest version. We don't want that. We want this number we talked about, 157700051. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go ahead and replace this number. So get rid of it. Okay, and we want 157700051. So 157700051. Okay, that's the version we want. So after we type that in, we're going to come down here and we're going to choose execute. Boom. Okay, now once execute's pushed, this next screen that pops up will show you the version of the app you're trying to download. So scroll down, you're gonna see stuff about DJI information. Right here's what we want. So this is right here is the version. We are now downloading 1.0.19, which is the very first version of this app. This is just in case you want to know. You don't need to know this, but I just thought it might be interesting. Okay, now that we've changed that number, we're going to right-click this new byproduct now, the edited one. We're going to right-click. We are going to check breakpoints right here. So click that. Again, we want to right-click just to double-check. Make sure it's checked. See it? Yes, we're checked. We're good to go. So get out of that. Now we're going to come back to iTunes. Go ahead and refresh this download again. Okay, now that breakpoints are enabled, you'll notice that when you start this download, this page will change now to an edit page. That's what we want. You'll notice the download is not started. It's waiting for our input. So over on this page, we're going to want to choose Edit Request. So go ahead and click that. Down here, we're going to want XML text right here. Click that. There's that number again, that newest version, that 815, blah blah. So again, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that number. We're going to put in our 1577051. So 1577051. We're going to now, let me move this out of the way because I can't hit the execute button. Okay. Now we're going to choose execute again. So scroll down. There we go. Execute. When I ask you again, you're going to hit execute one final time. Right there. You're going to notice the download has started downloading over here in iTunes. Now this time we're going to go ahead and let it download all the way. Once it's done and you have it downloaded, what you're going to want to do is come back over here, disable breakpoints by right-clicking by product, disable breakpoints. Then after that, you got to right-click by iTunes and disable SSL proxying. That way, if you want to go to a different version, it'll be the same process. If you don't disable that before you close the window, it's going to be a pain in the butt to try to get back to that. So, okay, we're downloaded now over here. So I want to make sure the download took. So I'm going to go into My Apps. I want to find DJI Vision app, so keep going till you find it. There it is. Okay, now if we right click on this, get info, looky there, 1.0.19. We have now downloaded the oldest version of this app. So all you need to do now is get rid of it off of your smart device if you have it, and then hook to iTunes and you'll download it. So come back to Buy Product, right click, go ahead and uncheck breakpoints, go up here to Buy iTunes, right click, go ahead and disable SSL proxying. Now we're done. We can get out of here. You can hook your iPhone to iTunes and download 1.0.19. That's it. Thanks, guys.